Okay, well, back from class. No, I haven't changed, unfortunately, because maintenance is supposed to come in, and, well, I don't want to freak the poor guy out yet. That'll come later. I mean, I admit that's just my facade right now, and I know it's personal fears of not being seen that way yet, but we all do what we have to do. So, I'm going to try and actually sound a little happier for once in these videos, and this one's going to be a touch shorter because we're up through me leaving for college, which was August of 2011. As you can see, that was 5 years and 2 months ago. So that was a while. This is probably going to be broken down into several sections because this is where the meat of my story is, the meat of my truth. So we're going to start here right away. First, a little backstory. I mentioned I have brothers. So, it's 2011. Currently, at this time, in 2011, not right now, 2011, stay with me, I have one brother who I thought was married, but was actually just beginning a divorce early August of 2011. Didn't know quite yet. He's the only brother that lived in the area that I was going to college for. And if you're wondering where I live and all that, I'm not yet comfortable revealing my locations and all that to everybody. It'll come. From there, he was my middle brother. Well, second youngest. I don't have a middle brother. My youngest brother was out of the Marine Corps, and he was in the Army at that point. His wife in January of that year had their second daughter, their third child. Less than 2 weeks after she was born. Again, I'm protecting names, just confidentiality. But 2 weeks after my niece was born, he shipped off to northern Afghanistan. Almost died there twice, but to quote him, he's death proof. I mean, he says, once you've seen shrapnel fly right past your face and come out clean, not much gets to you anymore, which I'll take his word for it. I mean, my senior year of high school, almost joined the Marines as my last-ditch attempt to prove what I thought I was to my family. Thankfully, I got talked out of it, and, well, it helps that I have flat feet. I mean, there's no way I would have made it through Marine Basic for so many reasons, even though I am a good shot. But I digress. My oldest brother, working 2 jobs back home, no girl, no kids, no nothing. Second oldest brother, 1 kid, married, and yeah, so there's all of that. My parents are together at this point still. My mother had just been laid off from work, and my father was still plodding along. That's really all I can say there. So it's August. I've left for marching band camp a week before classes, which is amazing. If you don't like marching band, I feel sorry for you because marching bands are awesome. By the way, Arnold Palmer. I don't have any clean glasses, so live with me. Then, first week of classes start. Second day, I get out of my math class. I get a call from my dad. My sister-in-law, the one married to my military brother, committed suicide with him deployed with the 3 kids in the house. It's horribly sad to this day. It's been over 5 years. Now, prior to that knowledge, I'd been depressed, sad, feeling something was wrong. I don't know what was wrong. Just something was missing from my life. Just uncomfortable. Don't know what it was. But my sister-in-law, I'm just going to say sister because I don't like that in-law distinction for family members I like. She killed herself. And obviously then I got depressed for good damn reasons. Okay. brother gets home, gets pulled out of Afghanistan. He's now fine, has a girlfriend, all 3 kids and him living back home. They're good, so don't worry, no extra drama there. But that happened, and that started coloring my first year of college. As the depression waned from that, I was still depressed, for obvious reasons, and still not being comfortable. This is when I first acted on my bisexuality in a passive way. I started actually looking at pornography. Again, everybody's looked. Just don't start on it. Don't. But I started looking at gay porn, and after about a month of having no clue why I was looking at gay porn, I realized that I was and am bisexual. And that felt good. That felt amazing. I admitted myself, and that felt absolutely amazing. There's no other way to put it. I mean, coming out to myself about sexuality is probably the second best feeling I've had in my life. So, there was that. And I got happy for a little while, but I still felt vacant. I still felt down. I pulled good grades for the first semester. Broke my wrist, embarrassing. I fell out of bed. I marched to the triangle for a couple months. That was embarrassing. Spring semester came, still vacant, still sad. I, at this point, thought it was because I was bi but hadn't come out to any family or friends at that point, just to myself. And I also thought it had to do with my having broken my wrist and not yet being up to a playing ability that I was at before. I mean, you break your tool of the trade. I mean, you're gonna regress a bit. It's just a fact of life. And I'm not going into details in this because I'll be as vague as possible while still trying to get my point across. I had an encounter with another individual at the end of my second semester of college, and it ended in a legal battle. Probably eventually I'll come out and tell everything about that. I'm just not prepared to do that yet. But it was a hard legal battle. I was blamed for something that I did not do. And I almost went to prison for it. We'll get to, I mean, obviously I'm sitting in my living room right now. I mean, you can see my ugly ass couch. You can see my ugly ass curtains. Is that my box? That's my box fan. Funny thing. I live in family housing at my university, and when people move out, they leave stuff by the dumpsters. I have scored bookcases, I have scored a dresser, I have scored a box fan, I have scored high-end cooking knives. Just saying, be thrifty. I'm an Eagle Scout, and this is probably going to be the weirdest thing I tell you, is I'm an Eagle Scout. I am proud that I am an Eagle Scout. Even though I am trans, I am a girl, I have no regrets about my time in scouting. It is a good program that teaches good values. And if you start getting into the whole gender thing, there's venture crews, which are co-ed from the ages of 14 to 21, and they get to do cooler stuff than Boy Scouts. So there's no reason to whine. There really isn't. There's a organization for everybody. There is. But I do not regret any of my time in scouting. I am an Eagle Scout. And I'm never gonna remove that from my past. Because of the things in my past prior to coming out, prior to talking to you today, I'm damn proud of that. Oh, I have a tear. So that's the other thing with coming out. I've started to let my emotional barriers fall, and now I actually am crying again. I mean, it used to be I would bite my tongue to prevent crying. But anyway, I was talking about gone to a legal battle, and you'll hear about that over the next 2 videos. And horrible depression. Had my first thoughts of suicide. Never acted on it. I came to the logical conclusion that killing myself was going to do more harm to more people than it would good. And no matter what happened, I was still me. But I was still empty, I was still lonely. That's a fact of life, and it's where I am. Well, where I was. I'm happy now. I am. If I look sad or anything, it's because this process is stressful, but it's something I need to do. So that takes me through my first year of college, so fall of 2011 through spring of 2012. Started my legal battle. I've come out to myself on my sexuality. I still know something's wrong. I'm still procuring women's clothes and wearing them whenever I can. But again, no sexual things about it. It just feels right. I had a single room that first year of college, and with no roommate, I kept my blind shut, and if I was in my room alone, I was dressed as a girl. No makeup or anything, because I had no idea what to do, not to mention no money to buy anything. But I was, clothing-wise, dressed as a girl, and acted like a girl. And I can't believe I was so stupid as to not admit it to myself back then that there was something deeper, but it was there. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to pretty much pop out the next couple in quick succession. Yeah, throughout the day in between chores. But comment below. I'm going to pick up fall of 2012. And 2012-13 school year is where it, to be honest, I'll probably take it through 2012's fall all the way through the calendar year of 2013. It's just a little more all-encompassing and important, and it breaks down better. So, comment below. If you don't subscribe to me, which is fine, there is an individual I would like you to subscribe to. Her name is Steph Sanjati. She's a transgender woman in Canada, and she's an absolute inspiration to me. Absolute inspiration to me. And even if you aren't questioning you, or know that you're trans and you're just curious, watch her videos. Her videos are the best things out there because she's direct and open, and just watch her. Just start at the beginning of her transition videos and watch her. She tells you everything, and she's amazing. I've never had an idol before, but I can look up to her. So, goodbye for now. As I said, probably in a half hour I'll post yet another video, and we'll pick it up where my life starts getting, at least in my opinion, dark. Love you guys.